My great people, I got a story for you. Welcome to Ombasa TV live studios. Now, good people, my journey from Kenya, the greatest airport internationally that we all know, JKIA. It was a great journey, a smooth journey, not until I was at Warsaw, Poland. What I met at the immigration offices, I was very anxious at first. I had not been used to traveling. I had no idea of, transit flight. I had no idea of you have gone to another country. I was heading to Europe. So I had to transit through Poland, Warsaw. Now, on reaching there, everything was smooth. We alighted from the plane. We went to the, the next. We have two things at the plane. We have how do we call these people? Let's say people who are taking the next flight, they have their path. People who are exiting to enter into that country, they have their path. And we have this category of people who are now going to another plane so that they may transit and continue with their journey. It's just written at the airport. Now, as usual, I've been directed, I took the path of transiting to another plane. And now that calls for what we call, I had to go through the immigration offices to be cleared in to go to the plane and head to Europe, Latvia. That's Riga. Now, this is it. I queued like anybody else. Things were good, things were fine. I went straight. I saw people that I were with who are my allies. They just passed through that place in a simple manner. They had no issues. And I was like, wow, finally the big journey is about to arrive. Let me tell you, I went there, and upon giving the officer my documents, he looked at me and asked me, young man, where are you going? Wait a minute. I'm going to Europe. What are you? How dare you ask me where I'm going? I'm going to Europe. Where are your full documents? Salale. So, apart from me giving you my passport, are there any other documents that I should give you? So the immigration officer looked at me and said, I need full documents. Inside my bag, I was very happy because my documents were clean. Everything was good. I took all my documents. I gave them. I waited for 1 minute. He screen checked everything, only to update me and tell me, you know what? Sit there and wait for me. Okay, that is something simple. Let him screen check and everything will be good. In a span, he went to the office, and in a span of, 1 minute, he was back, told me, follow me. He took me, at an office that was besides the immigration, center. I sat to the outside. He went inside to screen check. I don't know what he went also to do, but in my conscience, I suppose he went to screen check everything. My dear friends, let me tell you, when he came back, he told me, you wait for me. So my anxiety grew. My anxiety, my patience was getting out of, the normal levels. So I decided to ask some ladies, the immigration officer, they are carrying guns. They don't just walk, without security. They had their guns there. I went to them and asked them, one of your, police, one of your officers has taken my documents. So please, what is my problem? I'm not a criminal. I've never caused any harm. Why? How dare he take? They told me this. You have to be patient. We are doing what is supposed to be done. Sit and wait. This is my first time to be in such a situation. I don't know if you have been ever, cornered into such a situation. Remember my plane, the time is counting, but now I'm being screen checked on the documents. It was a moment, I was very puzzled. I felt like, why are these guys behaving to me this way? I'm not, do I look like a criminal? I stayed there for some things like 5 minutes. He came back, carrying my documents, headed to another office. Young people, great men who were watching me, I knew that this was the end of it all. Now, this was interesting. The young man now came, he came back and told me, follow me. Allah. So, what I did as he said. I followed him hopelessly because in my mind I knew that this was the end of it all. I had messed up. I really never knew my crime. I followed him. He went through the counter, through the immigration offices. He opened all doors. He went to another office that was besides where the luggage is offloaded. He went, screen checked everything, only to come back and tell me, we have checked everything and follow me. So this guy kept on, he never told me the truth of it all. He never, gave me signs, we are doing this and this. He never explained. The word I was told, be patient. He was the only one who took me through all, the doors. He took me through the, this place that they screen check. He took me through the place where you are your luggage that you're carrying, your handbag or suitcase is being screen checked. He took me through that immigration office that they had barred me from. He gave me all my documents, all what other thing that I had given him, all my papers included with those documents, and also my passport, and told me, that is your, boarding area. Go to that gate. Have a safe flight. My good people, there is something I learned. In the airport, systems are working. Let me tell you a good reality. There is no luxury there. Things are working. No criminal. Imagine that I don't know what conscience. I was not a criminal, but the guy felt like I must screen check this. Every record of mine was checked through. All my media pages were checked through. All my documents, all my referees were called. My school was called. Where I'm going, they had the contacts to call them. Where I came from, I had begun my flight from Kenya through Cairo to Poland. So they screen checked everything, only to tell me, have a safe flight. Good people, if you intend to travel any other time, and they ask you, for your documents, give them freely, explain yourself, and things are going to be fine. Don't fret, don't fear. Things are going to be good. So I learned it's all about confidence. If you're not a thug, give them everything, give them all your papers, and things are going to be good. I was almost crying. Tears were almost, dropping down my cheeks. But I learned something. Have confidence. If you're a free man or a free woman, move with zeal, and things are going to be good. So one thing to take home, confidence. And if you ever face such a situation, have confidence. This is your home. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your place to be at all times. Ombasa TV live studios. Goodbye. We shall meet some other time for a great story. Goodbye.